So I'm going to start off this video by saying one thing. When you're in charge, you are held to a responsibility, whether you're in a position of power, no matter what it is, right? When you're the head honcho, you have a bigger responsibility than the average person who's part of that team or company. When it comes to work, when it comes to basically anything. Because I just got done digesting the allegations against Ubisoft and all of the multiple violations of employee rights and discrimination that has been going on over there. Meanwhile, they've been kind of shoving political agendas in the fans' faces. And, overly politicizing a game is one thing, right? But, when you do it as a big front, when you're trying to hide something about yourself or your company's practices, and honestly, I recommend people go look into what it is these Ubisoft directors that have been named have done, and it's pretty wild. Only reason I'm not talking too much into it is because I know that some of those are trigger words on this platform, but basically various amounts of misconduct in adult manners and also religious discriminations that have been going on. And this comes down to why I try to make these channels specifically about the topic, like this gaming channel, talking usually about gaming going down. But the funny thing about gaming nowadays is it's so hard not to touch a political nerve because politics has seeped its way so far into our gaming culture. Now, am I still going to be playing this game just to see what it's about? Yes, but, the thing about Ubisoft overall, and this isn't just an Assassin's Creed issue, this is a Ubisoft issue right now. It just goes on even deeper when it comes to how, bosses treat their employees even too. Because I am an advocate for employee rights. When the boss treats the employees right, they do their job, the boss treats them right, they pay the employees well, everybody goes home, that kind of stuff. It's like, in trades and stuff too, because currently at my day job, I'm a welder, so usually the boss is down there with us, doing the work with us too. It's a real, like, kings going into battle with their subjects kind of deal, because he is the head honcho, but he comes down here and he gets the work done with us and even stays afterwards and does all the paperwork. The guy takes full responsibility for his company, and that's why I follow him on a day-to-day basis, because he's a boss worth following, in my opinion. But it's sad to see that the same thing doesn't happen in the game development spheres. But I don't want to just be talking about, like, virtues and all that stuff. I want to get down to it. Is this the end of Ubisoft for what's going on? I think, honestly, they're going to take some financial losses with this game. I don't expect Assassin's Creed Shadows to sell very well, and if they continue to go down this path, I don't think that Ubisoft's going to be around in the future. Same with their conduct and how they've been treating their employees with all this stuff that have been alleged against the company. You can't expect anyone to want to work for that company with a good rep. Now, obviously, yeah, with AI dipping in, I don't see them, having issues with that, because they're going to have AI basically developing games soon. But it doesn't seem like it's a very reputable company to be working for right now. And I think the sad truth with all the factors going in is that, yes, Ubisoft can be on its last legs unless they turn themselves around. If they go back to actually making video games for the purpose of making a really good game, not pushing agenda, not pandering to anybody, then yeah, they could save it. If they learn how to treat their employees well and not do anything remotely close to what's been going on in the higher ups with all of this stuff, mainly letting go of all these, like, bigwigs that have been accused and then replacing them with people who actually just want to develop games and not abuse their employees. And even after that, you're going to have a long, hard road for them having to go back and fix everything that's been going on with this company. They're going to have to go back and release some really good titles that are going to once again capture the audience. And especially with Assassin's Creed, it's in a hard spot. We've been doing the RPG style for a while, and the stories, for lack of a better term, like Mirage was pretty good, but it wasn't really anywhere close to Assassin's Creed 2, Brotherhood, Black Flag, Odyssey, in my opinion. They got to find one that's really going to hit home, or they're going to need to make a couple. Same with Far Cry 6. You've done the same old thing again and again, and you thought you could use Gus Fring as the sell point, and that only took you so far. So you're probably going to need to go around and see, what are we going to do better that's going to make this game unique? Like Far Cry New Dawn, for example, is a good example for what was a good move, because it was set in such a post-apocalyptic apocalyptic thing that obviously, yeah, you're not going to change the game's, formula overall too much, but what theme are you going to add to it that's really going to blow us all away? And how are you going to add the theme and make it a good game of the title, like Assassin's Creed 4? Pirates, a very interesting way how you're going to implement that into Assassins, but how are you going to do that when like with Assassin's Creed 4, they put pirates into the perfect frame that we never actually saw coming. The writing was really good, the story was on spot, it was very in tune with the history of the golden age of piracy. So just something when hopefully they let go of these creeps at the top, and that's what I'm going to call these people who have been accused of all this stuff. They're creeps, right? They need to purge the leadership and replace it with someone competent and someone who's willing to, at their heart, be a lead developer or a senior development team lead or whatever the thing that they have for that, whatever title that is. People who are passionate about delivering a good world to the audience. First, they need to get all that, and then they're going to need to really focus on what day in the days of old did we do so right that we could bring back and implement into a more modern time that we have missed for the past few titles. Because here's the thing. I am pro Ubisoft. I'm pro Far Cry. I'm pro Assassin's Creed. I'm pro Watch Dogs. All those games are pretty phenomenal. But when you go, game after game and you're repeating the same thing over and over again, you got to find a way. Now, obviously, that's a lot easier said than done. I can't just plop a script of the next game on your guys' lap, but you guys know what I'm talking about. It's going to take some time to sit there and ask, okay, what can we do to give the audiences what it is? And you know what? I'm actually going to be a little overly optimistic and say, what if Assassin's Creed Shadows comes out next week and I play it and I'm completely blown away by that? You know what? It might actually be a good start. I might actually be able to see some gems, and the game's better than it's been, perceived at with all this drama and international incidents that have been going on with this game company. But it's crazy how we have seen Ubisoft rise to the top and then absolutely spoil it in more than just their products, but in their employment practices, how they treat everybody. It's just a cautionary tale that you could be the king of it all and still have a downfall. You're never immune to losing it or getting busted by it or bumping into controversy here and there. And when you do, it's how you handle it and how you move forward in the future being better. And I think that this is the opportunity where they either shape up and get everything together, or we will be seeing the end of Ubisoft because, microtransactions, I hate that in all games. I don't really pay those. I don't even know how much of Ubisoft is really doing that, but all the extra skins and stuff that you incentivize with, they're optional, but they are way overpriced. But just why can't we just go back to giving us a good base game without all of this trying to price gouge us with all these other incentives and chance takings, like loot boxes and stuff that EA Games does for Battlefront? No more of this slimeball stuff, because we got to make, gaming integral. I really miss the days where, we didn't have these kinds of things and they just released a good game, a couple good DLCs down the line, and that was really it. Not all this extra stuff and not all this extra Twitter/X drama. But you all catch my drift. It's fixable. It's a long, drawn-out road, but it is fixable. But if it doesn't start today, then yes, we very well will be seeing the end of Ubisoft. But that's all I got to say. I think I've unloaded the tank, and I'm disappointed by all the stuff that I'm seeing happen right now. And at Ubisoft, I hope it's not too late, at least not in my eyes. I'm a very forgiving person. These other people who are done with you, just understand you burn those bridges, and I sympathize with why they are finished. I guess I'm just more patient than a lot of people. But even I see it coming. Even it's a point where the most forgiving of us are going to say, okay, we can't do this anymore. But peace out. See you later. Let's hope for the best for this next game, because I just don't want to see a Giant, completely fall from its former glory, even though it's arguable that it already has. But see you guys later. Peace out. Take care. See you on the next.